There we go live. Hello everyone. Today is August 28th, and I welcome you all to Meshery's weekly development meeting. So, I'll quickly take this meeting minutes link that you all can see on your screen, and we'll share with you all in chat so you can see the agenda items that we'll be discussing, and also you can mark your attendance by writing your name in the attendees list. So let me quickly introduce Meshery. Meshery is CNCF's 10th fastest growing project and is a cloud native manager. So, if you want to know more about and learn more about Meshery and want to play around with the features that it has to offer, I'll be sharing a link again in chat that you can explore. For this meeting, if you, first of all, make sure that you write your name in the attendees list once again. And if you happen to have any items that you want to talk about, if it's on Meshery, so make sure you add that too in the meeting minutes. And we'll be making sure that we cover those items. So I think we are good to start. But before we get to the topics, let's follow our tradition. And that is, if you are joining this call for the very first time, you can introduce yourself. So you can come off unmute and talk about where are you calling from? How did you come to know about the community? Have you published your first design or not? So I'll be taking a look at the participant list and we'll see if we have any newcomer on the call today. You also can sound off unmuting yourself. I don't think we have any newcomer on the call today. All our old timers. Yeah, so but if you are the one who is joining for the first time, make sure you give your intro. We'll wait for 5 to 10 seconds before we get on with the topics.
No, yeah, it's always a little bit hard for people to introduce, but Cornelia is new. Cornelia, have you said hi to the community yet? Do you want to just say hi and introduce yourself real fast?
Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Cornelia. Yeah, I'm kind of new. I don't think this should be my first call. I've not joined the Thursday call for newcomers yet. So I think I'll be doing that next. So yeah, I'm a DevOps engineer and I work with Go. I've been looking forward to contributing, but I'm not quite familiar with it yet. So I'm just here to just learn and see how it goes.
Good. That's perfect intro. Yeah, you're new, I would say. Tomorrow's newcomers call is it's worth the while, if only just to get a sense of the different technologies and the different projects and sort of who's involved and where to go ask questions, where to go get your hands dirty, so to speak. So there's Cornelia, if you haven't met Iojima or EJ Eti, who's in the participants list, you should say hi. She works on Go as well. I hope she has some good news today on the start of a new plugin for Meshery on Helm, but it's a Golang based thing as well. And so I'm sure Iojima will say hi, but it's good to have you, Cornelia. That's great. Anuj Kumar Sharma. Yeah, Cornelia. Yes, very good. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Thanks for saying hi. It's not easy, by the way. You just broke the ice for everybody else. So it's great. Which means anybody else hasn't had a chance? Has anyone else not had a chance to say hi? So Kunleo Barsoro. I think that's a first and last name combined. Kunleo Barsoro, have you said hi? It's so awkward. We force everybody to do it.
Hello, good day, Lee.
There you are. Hey.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, yeah. Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure learning. I'm trying to also use Meshery on my learning. So, yeah, it's part of the journey. So I'm a DevOps engineer, so I'm trying to learn it and see how it works and also contribute to the community.
Oh, great. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's the Swiss Army knife of DevOps tools, maybe to the extent that it integrates with so many others. Yeah, you'll have to be vocal about your experience with it as you go to, put it to work, as you go to use it. So that's great. Good. Who else wants to say hi?
Hello,
Hello, my name is
have,
Mohammed. Okay, let me just hold on.
okay, can I go?
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Sparsh. Yeah, Sparsh,
Yes,
if you want to take the mic.
yes. I'm Spurge Jain. I am new here. I am trying to learn all these new technologies and trying to figure out where I want to go in my career as a software developer. Uh, that's-
You and me both. Yeah, no, yeah. Well, there's others in the community in the same situation, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of tech to explore here, so it's a good, maybe it'll help with figuring that out. Muhammad Ali,
Yes, hello.
like a butterfly, man.
Hello. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm new to the community too. I'm here to contribute and bring value to the community. I am familiar with Python, Go a little bit, and React. I've started contributing a little. I've done. I'm currently working on a tutorial that I'm going to talk about later in the meeting.
Oh, Mr. Ali, are you the same Mr. Ali who has pointed out a couple of things recently in Slack, like a missing merge capability?
Yes.
Oh,
I
nice.
was, it was during the tutorial, I was trying to figure it out. Then I realized that I couldn't merge again.
Yeah. Thanks for pointing it out. Yeah, I just noticed as well. So yeah, we got to get that fixed. All right. Who do we miss today? Who didn't get a terrible joke thrown their way about butterflies? Very good. Well, hey, like
If no
Vivek
one
said,
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Rick. So after introduction, let's get started with the topics. So we'll go in the sequence. And once again, I'll request you all to do not forget to mark your attendance by writing your name in the attendees. And also, if you have any item, you can mention that in this docs only. The link to this will be in chat. So first item is from Shubhendu, and we have Shubhendu on call. So do you mind sharing your experience presenting your work?
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
So can you see this? Can you see the screen?
Yep, we can. And this is just a heads up for all the other presenters that do not
Yeah.
ask whether or not you are audible or your screen is visible. If not, we'll let you know. Yeah,
Yeah,
please go ahead.
sure. So I have added this Rancher RKE2 installation guide. Yeah, that's so I have completed this part, and I want to know that if something needs to be edited, or something needs to be added, or whatever. And I borrowed this template from this Minikube installation guide. So it's almost exactly the same. And I've also tested this RKE2 installation on my local machine. So please, yeah, this is the part I was talking about.
Shubhendu, do you mind sharing the link that you are showing right now on the link of the page?
Yeah,
that would be
sure.
helpful.
I can't find the, the meetings and,
You can share in the Zoom chat box.
yeah, I can't find chat box. The chat box. Yeah, it's chat box. Yeah.
Nice. So Subindu, you're working on an issue for instructions specific to RKE2 or to ranchers distribution of Kubernetes.
Yes, yes, sir.
Were there any specific or rancher specific items?
No, it's all same. It's almost
Cool.
same to Minikube.
Cool. Then
But I want to point out one thing that's this in the Minikube installation. Yeah, go ahead. So in the Minikube installation, there is no it doesn't say that it's using Meshery CTL, but it doesn't say that how did it install that Meshery CTL. So so there is a confusion that should I follow this template or
two things.
yeah.
Good question. One, you'll want to close your PR at the end. I'm just going to give a spoiler alert because the item that you're working on is really just research to understand whether or not there's anything that's specific to how Meshery would install in Rancher. If there is, then let's get a page going. If there isn't, then there's no need for a page.
No, it's all same. It's all same. It's same to Minikube.
Great, good. I've been trying to deliver good. I've been trying to deliver the message softly, but so good. After this call, you'll close your PR.
Okay.
And I will say how much we appreciate you taking a look at it. If there was something different, then it would make sense to have another page. Since there isn't something different, it just doesn't make sense.
Sure.
Now, to answer so this is good work, by the way, but to answer your other questions so that you and others are aware, as well as Musa goes to look at installation of Meshery on OpenShift, because there might be some OpenShift specific things. So he's doing a similar investigation. And I suspect, given the questions that Musa has had to date, he'd probably benefit from collaborating with you on an OpenShift investigation.
Yeah, sure. I can do that.
Oh, that's great. To answer your question, so you were just saying, hey, right, if you go back to the section that you were looking at, you were sort of highlighting that it says Meshery CTL systems start, right? And you're asking, yeah, but hey, how do you get Meshery CTL installed?
Installed, yeah. This part. So it doesn't say.
Bendu, scroll up a bit. Actually, I'm going to answer your question because I know what you're asking, so you don't have to restate it. That's why I'm going to not let you interrupt me. If you scroll up to the top of the page, right here, this prerequisite section, perhaps it's out of place. And the way that we're sort of reusing content. The first prerequisite here says that, hey, you want to install Meshery CTL, and this is how you can do it. So.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that this doesn't need to be improved or changed. If you scroll back up one more time, whoever's sharing. So we have this, okay. So right there, it says installation using Meshery CTL in red but yeah, so to Subendu's point is like, okay, well, that assumes that I already have Meshery CTL. Right, it does. Just like if you're going to use Helm to install it, assumes that you already have Helm. And so the prerequisites are up above at the very top. Anyway, the layout of the page, if you think about it, or as you think about it, Subendu, if there's a way that we can make this, more clear, then please, bring those suggestions. That would be great.
Okay, sure.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Anything else on this one, Subendu? No. Thanks for going through this. I guess on one hand, it's disappointing that there isn't something that there isn't a PR to merge, but on the other hand, it's actually a kind of a relief. It's just less to maintain, less specifics to track. So,
yeah.
But Vivek, I think we're on to the next item. Thanks a bunch for that, Subendu. The
Yeah.
guy, you know Musa, the guy that I'm referring to?
Yeah, no, I don't know, but yeah, I'll track him.
Okay, I got you. All right.
As far as, do you remind she to let's keep going, and then next up we have
We're hostless. We lost our host to poor bandwidth. All right, well, maybe you guys are stuck with me, Shlok, unless you're hosting.
I can.
Okay.
So the second item is from Priya Gupta, update exploring Kubernetes cron jobs. Is Priya on call? I'm afraid Priya is not with us, so we'll move forward. And the next item is from Saurabh, enhancement in pattern subcommand. Saurabh, would you like to take the stage?
Let me
Thank
share
you.
my screen. Well, my PR is regarding the pattern enhancement subcommand, which was previously this PR, which I have closed due to the conflicts. So I've reopened my this new PR for the pattern subcommand, and due to recent changes from I think from the V1 beta 1, I guess my pattern subcommand means the apply commands subcommand is failing. And as for the theory, I think the payload is not being validated at the server side. So still this PR is work in progress. So yeah, any question for this?
Is there
So
any question?
yeah, one question. So you are removing the test. Can you please write a proper
Yeah.
unit test as well
Yes,
while
I've seen
migrating this?
yeah, I've seen the Amit's PR for the different test cases. I'll be including with that as well.
Okay.
And another is for the as we are going through, means we are being schema driven. So I was going through the this doc which Lisa has been shared, and after reading this doc, I just have a one question that for the construct YAML means the like for the right now the user YAML, there is a key properties we already there. So the question is that I don't have to make the new construct.yaml file for the keys. So one of the question is that. Is that so?
Can you repeat the question? So key is
Actually,
already present. So
yeah, in the user YAML, the keys means the schema for the keys are already present. So the model schema for these keys are not there, means the in this section V1 beta 1 or the V1 alpha 3. So do I have to include the keys constructor
no.
and
Oh, because like this key schema is already present inside this components dot schema, so you don't need to like redefine the schema. Wherever you want to like reference key, you can use $ref references like this.
One more thing to point out, you are using pre-run again. I think we decided that we should not use pre-run because the while making utils.request, new request, do request, the pre-run is already checked. So pre-run should be only included for those commands that specifically needs it, like the few of the system commands. So I think these pre-run checks are redundant, so you could remove them.
okay, got you. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
thank you, Saurabh, for your updates. Next up, we have Emmanuel item about fixing duplicated Kubernetes subheadings. So I'll quickly check if we have them on. Looks like we don't. So then next item is from Chanda about dogs only, but I don't think we're missing them also. Then next up is Jeren. So on test, so Jeren's like, do you want to go next?
Sure. Okay. Here, I try to find the mechanism for like recording a video in Playwright. So, but the video is working, but just need to like structure the file so make it easier to access because they are like an test result and ID and the name of the file. So I can't quite figure out how it getting, but yeah, the functional for recording is working. And for the test reporting, so I'm working also with the reporting report, and yeah, there are two files. One is for the uploading the code config. I think it's the SSLTLS, which we need to allow the insecure one, and also one is this one, the user preference. I think it's trying to test like the API call in yeah.
Like Jaden's one thing is like when we are testing like the same test case across different browsers, so if we're able to report just like the count of the unique test case, so like otherwise sometimes it gets confused like only one test case is failing, but it would report like 4 or 5 are failing. So just to ease that, like only if we report in the summary the only unique test cases, not like across individual browsers, but here on bottom we can show it like this. And also like if we can include the name of the browser on which the test case is failing, like this test case failed for Chrome, this for Firefox, that would make it easy.
Sure. There are retry when we can track and just include in the last retry.
Yeah.
On that.
The same for like for retries also, like if we'd only
Also,
show the unique ones, and here we can show like this is first retry, this is second retry.
okay. And did also we need a log here to make sure like the reporting is working because the current reporter is focused on the markdown file, but don't give the standard output input. So we need to add here also. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you, Jay. So I'll quickly ask for any feedback or any suggestions from all on the call. So let's wait for 5 to 10 seconds.
Like one question, just like the tests that we see inside like the PR like below, like are these the same ones that we comment like the CI checks that were there?
Can you repeat?
Like the CI checks that we have on the below of the like the PR, are these the same test cases running? They are the ones that we get back in comments. So the one, yeah, here, which is failing, like the Meshery UI and server end-to-end pull request target, the last one below.
It's using the pull request target, so someone coming from forking people.
I mean, like these are the same tests. Like the report above and the below is the same thing.
Yeah, the same test.
Yeah, that's good. I just want to
reporting.
confirm that.
All right, so looks like next item be from Chanda. So Chanda, do you mind sharing your screen and giving your update?
Yeah, hi everyone. So what I did, actually it was a small change. So yeah, should I share my screen?
Yeah, please go ahead. Will it take you longer, Chanda? Like by chance do you not have server running locally right now? So we can, just to let you know that we can circle back to you later.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So what I did today, well, no. This is the one. Here I changed the in the Meshery um yeah, one sec.
Do you want us to circle back to you later, like when you have it set up, so then we can discuss your
Yeah.
item?
No, I can elaborate now. So the thing is, I have changed the tool tip. I mean, the this area. Okay. Give me some time. I'm doing setup and
Yeah,
Yeah, very good. As a matter of fact, there isn't a need to circle back to present tooltips. We're all good with just a review.
okay. Okay.
But
One thing I want to ask, that is, whenever I'm trying to start the local host, I got the answer, but I didn't understand how to. I mean, whenever I'm trying to log in.
Chanda, let's follow up. So make sure you have a discuss forum, post on it, and let's follow up there. You can mention, me, so I'll be there to, help you. I'll get you
Okay,
answers
okay.
for your questions.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. I request I heard going to to share discussion forums link in chat. So thanks again, Chanda, for your updates. Next up, I have update from EGUT plugin. So do you mind sharing updates?
Okay, let me share my screen. I do not have a lot of good news now. So let me hide. Okay, so I'm currently working on the Helm plugin for Meshery Snapshot. And I think for the first PR, I was working towards creating the plugin and also sort of importing the Helm chart and creating a design out of it. Then I have a couple of questions, right? And I think with that, I'll be able to conclude my pull request. Let me hide this. So this is the Helm plugin, right? And so what I did was, okay, currently I think we use the Meshery CTL pattern imports to create, like to import a Helm chart or anything depending on the source type and create a design. So because like there are a whole lot of, or there are going to be like a few features that would be included in this Helm plugin, I created a new file called like this import chart. I don't know if this is what I'm meant to do, so
no,
that's
it's
why
not.
it's not.
So you don't need to like perform and you don't need to include logic to import chart. You just need to ensure that that plugin reaches out to the remote provider with the appropriate details, like okay, what is the link for the Helm chart, or what is the link for the URL that you are link for the manifest that you are trying to import, or directly the raw manifest inside of request body. So because like then the remote provider will automatically call the GitHub actions that we already have, which is like mesh map snapshot. So I think if you take a look at the mesh map snapshot, you will better understand like how the flow occurs, how the flow is. So this plugin should only do thing like only is responsible to only call the or notify the remote provider, nothing else.
Oh, okay. I think let me just ask a question. So here in the snapshots, like this is the bash file that is supposed to run it. I'm trying to call. Why I wrote this here was because I wanted to like call the command here. So when the user runs like a snapshot, like runs the command to get the snapshot, it runs this stuff here and generates the link. I don't know if
Yes, so when user will like run this helm plugin command, so what will happen is this logic, this helm plugin Go code will run and take the appropriate inputs, and that input will be bypass or proxy to the remote provider, and maybe like asynchronously or synchronously, user will get the ID, or user will get the link to the snapshot either in email or just on the terminal. So you are correct that this plugin Go code will run, but the functionality for this plugin would be just to take the input and pass on. Nothing else. So I think this script is to
okay. I think I get now.
You don't
All
need
right.
Meshery CTL.
I don't need Meshery CTL at all, but I think in the issue, a second. Where's IJ? Here. Why? I think I don't know if it was here or the document, but oh, okay. I think I was the one overthinking it. I don't know if it was here or one of the documents that stated that we should have Meshery CTL installed or something. That's the document that contains the
The design spec, which you should be, yeah, I would expect you to have that on hand, or that you would have commented and updated a link to that design spec here. Right.
let me see how we can get.
Yep. If we write it out, then yeah.
I'm trying to get it.
Okay, it's okay. I think that I don't know that how, when you do find it, you can send it in Zoom chat for others to take a look at. Others like Cornelia, actually, maybe she's interested in assisting or participating in this particular area. I don't know. There is, the last time that we spoke was the ask was for you to go take a look at the snapshot workflow itself, or the action itself, to give it a try. Have you been able to take a snapshot of a design? If you, so no, take that as a no. If you first need to go take a snapshot. Otherwise, you're trying to write something for something that you're not familiar with yet. How would you take a snapshot?
Okay. From UI, I didn't see how to do it, but I think I'll just read the documentation again.
Yeah, to quickly get you pointed in the right direction, I think the link, one of the ways to go take a snapshot is, well, last time we spoke, it was to put a workflow inside of one of your repos and tell it what design you would like to have a snapshot taken of. Actually, this is probably beneficial for everyone. Maybe if we can grab like 5 minutes at the end of the call, we could just walk through it together with everybody and just see how snapshots work. That would be helpful to you and probably helpful to a bunch of others. So fair enough. So
I think I did it, but I added it to, I didn't add it to my like personal repo. I just added it to my Meshery repo. So maybe that's why.
Maybe.
Okay, but I'll test it again and see how it works in my personal repo.
Nice.
Yep. So thank you. Yeah, please go on.
All right. So I think that's all I have to say. I'm just going to like test out the snapshots and work on what we just discussed now.
Thank you, Isama, for your updates. Next up is Muhammad Ali. So do you want to go next? Deploying PHP guestbook.
Yeah, I can go next.
Please.
Okay. And everybody see my screen?
Yep, we can.
Okay. I just wanted to ask a simple question. I was thinking about writing about this because it's listed here in the issue, but I'm not sure if Meshery. I'm not sure about the capabilities of Meshery, so I don't know if Meshery can do this. I have not seen any documentation surrounding that, and also monitoring. I've not seen any documentation surrounding these two. And also, I would like to know what other things that will be beneficial for this blog.
Yes, yes, Mohammed, you are right that Meshery right now does not support like rollbacking the deployments or applications. But for the other part, which is like monitoring and observability that we were saying, so Meshery do have support to to showcase your visualize your cluster and showcase your statistics and metrics if you have Prometheus configured. So Meshery can then present the charts and everything inside the same UI. But rollback is not supported. So I think you can skip or you can mention it. You can use kubectl rollout or just skip that part.
Okay, no problem. That's all from me.
Thank
It'd
you.
be great to have an open issue on supporting rollout and rollback. And those would be good actions to have for Meshery, or I think. It's a good enhancement to suggest. Because Meshery
Thank you, Mohammed.
supports
So next up,
deploying and undeploying, but not necessarily roll out, roll back. So
also like one.
but yeah, sorry to interrupt one more time. Sorry, Vivek. You thought I was Mohammed it was Mohammed that was just talking, right?
Yes, it's me.
Yeah. There is well, on the topic, there's another bug that happens to be in the area of how Meshery retrieves metrics from Prometheus and how Meshery integrates with Grafana and pulls in dashboards. Meshery does these things. It scrapes Prometheus. It will pull in metrics. It will display them. And you can import your Grafana dashboards. There's some nice features. There's a bug though right now that Amit, are you looking into the bug in the UI for entering in the Prometheus URL? Prometheus connection.
I made a PR regarding this, so that solved this issue.
Nice. Okay. So good. So maybe we've gotten to the bug before Mohammed can point it out. Okay. Anyway, also Mohammed, if you attempt to connect, there's an outstanding issue inside of the current playground environment in which there's a Prometheus deployed in the Kubernetes, the live Kubernetes cluster that Meshery interacts with in the playground. That Prometheus, though, Meshery's had a difficult time reaching it and speaking to it. Although now that I recall thinking aloud with you all, late last week I was talking with Sangram Rath, one of the contributors here. And I went in with Shlok, the co-host today. We tested network connectivity from the Meshery server Docker container out to Prometheus and had no problem interacting with Prometheus server that's deployed inside of the Kubernetes cluster under management. So maybe with Amit's fix, maybe the playground will, the issue that we've had, longstanding issue that we've had about Meshery server not being able to communicate with Prometheus, maybe that will have been overcome, and maybe Mohammed will be able to not only deploy Meshery locally and connect to Prometheus and do full metrics and that kind of a thing locally or in whatever deployment he's working with, but also maybe he can do it then in the playground. So Mohammed,
I have one more question. Based on the issue about the merging, I'm going to implement merging in this article. So I don't know if there is a way I can reverse back to an older version so that I can use that to start working.
yeah, there is. Let me point you to the specifics, like where you can, there's a couple of different ways that you can specify the version number that you'd like to pin to and, deploy the older one. Are you, in your environment, are you deploying Meshery to a Docker host or to inside of a Kubernetes cluster?
Kubernetes.
Okay. And just to clarify, like when you deploy Meshery what, say if you would, how it is that you're deploying Meshery, like what command or what method?
I think I have it here. I think I got it from the documentation. This core meshery.io/install
Nice.
platform
Yeah.
Kubernetes.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there's a couple of ways that it lists that you could use Helm and install, or you could just use Meshery CTL. I think those are the two most popular for deploying inside of Kubernetes. Do you know which? The reason I'm asking is because my guidance to you about where to pin that version, where to specify what version you want to deploy, will differ based on whether or not you're using Helm or Meshery CTL. Maybe I'll just point them both out and then let you figure it out which one you're using.
Yes, I'll try both.
Okay. All right. Great. As a matter of fact, Husseina might even want to point out how you can do that with Meshery CTL. So, all right, Vivek, I'm finally done.
Just one contribution that this kind of tutorial or guide. So these are like of structure, the ability of Meshery or potential headings that we are, so they are not limited to only these. So just a point to be keep in mind.
Shlok, as you take over hosting for Vivek, whom I think we just lost. Never mind. I was going to ask him to type out his message, but he's not here to hear that. So
I didn't get anything you said.
I'm with you. I didn't get it either. I'll ask him to chat you up though, to message you publicly with what he was asking, whatever he was.
Moving forward, so the next item is from Hagun regarding docs, creating design chapter. Hagun, would you like to take over?
Yes, sure. So I was working on one of the chapters in creating mastering Meshery path, that is creating designs chapter, and I'm almost done with this chapter. I'm yet to add screenshots for the introduction part, for the starting from scratch part. The other thing.
I'm just going to interrupt for just, I'm just going to get out my bifocals for a second just to, all right, very good. And I'm just going to harass you into making the screen larger. All right, good. Awesome.
Yes, so I've added this doc link in the layer 5 drive. I'll share it in the documentation channel. Everyone can go through it, and if you have any suggestions, you can please drop them in the Slack channel. That's all I have.
Cool. I don't think anyone can offer feedback since they can't read it, but okay.
Moving forward, the next item is from Ankita. I think I'm not sure. Yeah, so the next item is from Ankita regarding price list workflow. and who can use the feature. Ankita, would you like to go ahead?
Sure. So, I was working on this. I did make a commit and a PR for this workflow. Yash suggested that rather than having it somewhere inside the docs, it should be in the Meshery extensions page. So I'll put that up there. Apart from that, another thing here was it was very similar to an existing workflow that we have, which is the key one. It's just that the spreadsheets are different. So I was wondering if we could reuse this existing workflow. I did ask the same question to Jerens and Yash over there on Slack. But yeah, if anyone else could also offer some feedback on if we should have a completely different workflow like this or a reusable workflow, or we should reuse the existing workflow by any means.
Yeah, my suggestion to have that inside the Meshery extension package repo is just to make sure that we are having a single workflow which can write the data in cloud
All
that
the
you
three
were
different.
asking that we also need over there. Also, my suggestion was not to use not to dump whole spreadsheet in that in the repo. Like I was thinking that we were going to create a JSON file instead of dumping the like CSV file, because we are already doing that in the published spreadsheet. If you want the spreadsheet in not the JSON format, then you can like use the published spreadsheet. If that data is not present in the published spreadsheet, you can add it and use the existing workflow.
I'm not quite sure about the JSON part as such. If I should be doing it. So,
Yes, that was the original ask. Is a data file, a YAML file, not CSV. Good. It sounds like you've got a few questions we should probably address separately.
Okay.
But yeah, I would heed Yash's counsel.
Sure. Then I'll stop sharing and we can circle back to it later on, obviously. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Yash, Lee, and Ankita for that. So the next item is from me, classify model based on error. So I'll quickly go ahead with it. So one of the key features of Meshery is integrating different projects, CNCF projects or different projects in form of models, and those models have certain components. So inside Meshery, if you go inside the server mesh model folder, you'll find these JSON files that contains data of a particular model. So in this case, this data is for Azure Kubernetes service. And this is nothing but a simple JSON file that is generated from a CRD. So yeah, so this was the CRD for one of the models, Accurate, and the CRD was then used to generate those JSON files that we saw using the Meshery registry generate and the Meshery registry updates. So you can read more about this slide uh, in this architecture, Meshery architecture. It's on page number 47. So every night, this workflow triggers of Meshery, a model component generator and updater that takes the data from this particular integration sheet, the source URL and the SVG's data, and maps it directly inside the server mesh model folder. And if we have new components generated, that data is mapped inside the component sheet. Now, since these URLs are created from these URLs are either an artifact hub URL or a direct link to the CRDs. So in some cases, there could be errors in the CRD itself, like the syntax error or the error that the CRD use some custom templating. So in this case, the CRD that I just showed you, it had no custom templating to it, but there are other CRDs that have custom templating that Mishri currently the generator script does not recognize and does not integrate those custom CRDs. So the so what this particular sheet, the model generator sheet does, generator error sheet does is, it has the link, it has the model names of all the models that failed while registration and while generation, and the error due to which it failed. So in this case, the custom CRD template these packages had custom CRD templates, and that's the reason these particular models are not generated inside the server mesh model folder. And one more thing to point out. So when we are talking about models, these models are nothing but the the models that you can use inside mesh maps. So there would be a Argo CD extensions JSON file that contains all the data, and just a file, the accurate file just I showed you, the JSON file, that would be same for the Argo CD one. So that's where we are outsourcing those mesh map data, and that's how the registration process takes place. So the work that I basically did was classifying these errors based on their specific types and the total amount of model that failed. So yeah.
So we also fixed the issue wherein some of the components, for example, like for the Meshery core definitions, which were not present inside the sheet, but were present inside the schemas slash definitions, were not getting added inside this. So is that bug fixed?
Yeah, I wrote the code. Only the testing part is left, so I'll test it today and then I'll push it. The coding part is done.
And for the models which have like used templating, either customized or them. So for these, were you able to find any other package or any other resource or any other reference
No,
or like a link to their operator or something?
no, I wasn't able to find the link directly to their operators or any other resource. But the thing to point out is the on this sheet, those models that are marked with red are the ones that are most the projects that most of the people inside CNCF use. So these are the projects that are on our top priority list to generate. So the two processes that we can generate this particular CRD, the red ones are either we can use the dynamic generation inside Kubernetes, inside the Meshery that uses Kubernetes, and generate this particular CRDs, and then use the export command to export this particular model and then use it. The other thing that we can do is we can ask the community directly and we can get the CRDs from them. They should have it. We just have to go ask them on Slack or anywhere, and they should provide us with the CRD. So we can follow either of the two ways and get these red ones done. Does anyone have any questions regarding models, components, or what this error or the workflow? I think no one does. So I'll move forward. So the next item is from Yash, migrating cloud APIs to use V1 beta 1 structs. So Yash, do you want to go forward?
Oh, just a second. So, just for a context, a small context, like we recently giving our efforts to make sure that I'll just share the screen to ensure that the APIs that we have in the remote provider and the Meshery are consistent and following the standard and using the schema repo and using the V1 V1 instructions. So the part where the APIs are consistent with making sure that have common params, common response, and generating events and generating mesh kit errors are mostly done with many of the APIs. Now, I'm currently working to generate a V1 beta 1 struct and making sure that all the APIs are using those structs. So that part is mainly left, and I should probably get it done by tomorrow, most probably, if there is no other item left. Yeah. So if there is any question.
Like how many of the resources are like completed?
So yeah, you can see that how many I have marked. Some of them not marked because they are using more of a web type. So I will make sure that they are marked at that. But you can see the spreadsheet on the API consistent. These are following their standards. And after making sure that they are using V1 beta 1 struct, I will also mark them. We have.
Now, how can we reduce our overhead here and like have these APIs reflect one another? How can we ensure that they have the same? So you're going about, I think, this manual process of ensuring that they have the same signature. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah, so I created middleware to have make sure that they are following the same parents to reduce the work and manually do the work. If there is any other requirement you are asking, yeah.
Or yeah, or rather, reflection, the same signature between Meshery server and a
Yeah.
remote provider.
Yeah. So after like updating the schemas, I will also update the Meshery server APIs to use the V1 Vita when stack, and it will follow the same signature. Any other questions?
I think I got to go. So thank you, Yash and Lee. Moving forward, the next item is from Vivek. Fix broken older versions of Meshery docs. Vivek, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah. Yeah. This is a minor fix that fixes the broken older versions of Meshery documentation. So right now, if you go, you can see, you also can take a look at the what we had in past. So for example, 0.51, but this PR takes care of that. So yeah, that was about it.
Okay. So moving forward, the next item is from Uzair. Fix issue wherein UI was not getting updated after the save and persist operation.
So basically, in the when you go into Meshery UI, we have designer. Sorry, we have bunch of UIs wherein the designs that you have created gets listed, and for example, in mesh map or in design configurator. So, and whenever you perform an operation such that like update or delete the designs or create new designs, we have a subscription that refreshes the UI so that there is no refresh required or no request from the UI is required, but the UI is automatically updated. So there was some inconsistent behavior wherein the subscription, even if it is like active, it was not sending out the data. So uh, the crux of the issue was while notifying the notification mechanism wherein we notify that okay there is some change and okay refresh the new data and send it to the UI. So that was having issues. So particularly the this part of code, the publish function, wherein like it was not able to identify that there is new data or not. So it was always remaining stuck at this particular at this particular logic somewhere here. So now I have verified that doesn't matter how many tabs you have or how many sessions you have, the data is always getting refreshed from the server, and UI is also reflecting it correctly. So this is not released yet, but as I think we will have a Meshery release today, so you will be able to see your new you'll be able to see new data on your dashboard or UI as soon as you perform some operations on the designs. Any questions on this?
Yeah. Wait, did you, I missed the last part of where you were saying as soon as you perform new operations on your designs, you'll be able to see data in your dashboard. And you mean like
Yeah.
if you deploy a design or undeploy a design?
No. New data on dashboard, meaning that like whatever the you are currently like design configurator or the design drawer, the left hand side pane. So though previously like it was like stale data or was not refreshed. So that's why. Not
Oh, okay.
dashboard in that sense.
Oh, got you. Yep. Sorry. I thought you were still talking about mesh sync, but you're on a new issue. Okay. Got you.
Yeah, for the meshing, I verified that the solution that we have is like no longer needed. And I think we can turn it off, and that will like improve the performance a bit. And in this particular, and in this pair, like there were some issues inside some 1 or 2 days conditions as well, which was like handled outside of this configuration subscription. So that doesn't race condition doesn't affect the performance, but it reduces like ambiguity.
Were both of those GraphQL related?
Yes. Not GraphQL related, but in term not directly related to GraphQL. Because GraphQL is a query language.
We just have,
I mean,
okay. Good. For everyone else, we've had a long history with GraphQL and just being challenged by using it well. So just the project in general has. So good. Well, Shlok, it looks like we're
So, thank you everyone. We are on time, so I'll wait 5 more seconds before ending up the call. If anyone has something important to discuss, you can just unmute and say.
Do we have a release meeting this week or no?
No, we have it next week.
next week.
So tomorrow on Thursday, we'll have the newcomers call, and that's the only community meeting that we have this Thursday. But the next Thursday, so like a week from now, it would be the newcomers meeting and then the build and release meeting. And so, okay, in the build and release meeting, we end up talking about, well, testing quite a bit. We end up talking about some DevOps centric things as well, particularly around like the deployment of the playground, how that's managed. There's actually a couple of playgrounds now, a production one and a staging one. And so, yeah, okay, right.
So just a parting thought, it would be appreciated if you could start the repo. We are already at 5.5K. So I think by next month we should reach 6K if everyone starts it. So yeah. So, okay. Thank you everyone. Bye.
Thanks, Shlo.